He's 150 kilos. Whoever he's going to hit, he's going to knock them out. So hopefully he can, get the W against Tommy.
You don't know what he's in for. He thinks because Tommy's small. Tommy's like a pocket rocket, isn't he, compared to him? And I got that body belt on, I'm feeling the power. He can't take that. That's why he wants to do 2-minute rounds, isn't it? He can't do the 3. I can't blame him. You've got to give Eddie all props because he's not a fighter. He's going to get in with Tommy knowing full well what can happen to him. And the only thing he's going to try and do is swing, but he'll only be able to...
Remember, I don't see the sense of it. What do you want to go sparring for? Behind closed doors. Let all the fans see it. Do it in the ring, get paid for it. I mean, it's been a big...
Eddie Hall knocks out Tyson Fury in sparring ahead of Tommy Fury fight. Inside reports suggest Tyson Fury joined the camp to sharpen his timing, but things turned brutal when Eddie Hall reportedly dropped him in sparring. The session shocked everyone as Hall sent clear warning shots to Tommy Fury. Inside reports from the camp paint a clearer picture of the build-up before the shocking sparring moment. David Adeli also pointed out that Eddie Hall carries for more power than people expect, and that raw strength became a real problem during the session. It helps explain how things escalated so quickly between the two fighters.
You're there to learn, so the guy you knocked out in sparring, he's understand, okay, I did this silly move, that's how I got knocked out, so I'm gonna have to stop doing these silly moves so I don't get knocked out. So when people come out and say, oh, I've knocked out in sparring, I stopped doing sparring, but...
Shannon Briggs downplays the hype around the sparring talk but still acknowledges the rumors of knockdowns in training. His message is simple: gym moments happen and don't define a fighter. Still, the fact it's being mentioned at all adds weight to the growing controversy.
He hits harder than people expect, I think. I think a lot of people, obviously, they pick up on his boxing and how good of a boxer he is, but he hits harder than people expect.
Derek Chisora gives a reality check on the situation, stressing that sparring knockouts don't mean much in the real world. He explains that sparring is about learning, not proving dominance, and what happens in the gym doesn't always translate when it comes to an actual fight night.
Just frame with his lead hand, keep the distance, which he does such a good job of. If you move forward, he moves back. You cut an angle, he cuts an angle, right? He just mirrors what you do. And the moment you make a mistake or overcommit, he touches you with the lead hand, that's first.
Derek Chisora makes it clear that sparring knockouts don't mean much, calling it part of learning rather than dominance. His tone almost dismisses the hype around gym stories, indirectly pushing back against the Eddie Hall narrative. It feels like a reality check aimed at fans who overreact to training moments.
I'm hearing things that he's been dropped in the ring, in the gym and stuff like that. But that's okay too, because I took a couple spills, little slips in the ring, in the gym. That's okay, but we're going to see. This is going to be a good...
The Wade concept shows a very technical style built on lead hand framing, distance control, and perfect timing to shut down any forward pressure. It highlights how elite fighters punish even small mistakes instantly. But it also raises a big question: can someone like Eddie Hall's raw power actually break through this kind of control?
It's only different. Sparring, you're there to learn. So the guy you knocked out in sparring, he's understand, okay, I did this silly move, that's how I got knocked out. So I'm gonna have to stop doing these silly moves so I don't get knocked out.
Lawrence Okoli adds a sharp warning mixed with confidence, suggesting sparring is not just about learning but also about breaking an opponent mentally and physically. His words give this Eddie Hall situation a dangerous edge, because it shows how quickly training can shift from controlled drills into real intensity. It also raises the stakes around Hall's power, making fans question whether his strength is being underestimated or whether experienced fighters are already aware of the threat he brings into any sparring environment.
Sparring's really for learning, but you can also learn to take someone out, so it's amazing.
Anthony Joshua highlights the danger of underestimating any fighter during preparation, warning that even small mistakes in camp can lead to shocking outcomes. He points out how champions have been caught off guard simply by not respecting the level of danger in front of them. This adds a serious layer to the Eddie Hall discussion, because it suggests that reputation means nothing without focus. It builds pressure around the idea that one overlooked detail in training can completely change how a fighter is perceived.
Where people have underestimated certain fighters and fighters that should never beat a certain guy and have gone in there and shocked the world because of this person took their preparation.
Tommy Fury delivers the final reality check, explaining that being the strongest man in the world doesn't automatically make someone dangerous in boxing. He breaks down the importance of technique, timing, and proper punching mechanics, making it clear that raw power without skill can be neutralized. Even massive opponents he has faced before didn't match boxing fundamentals. Still, he admits power can never be ignored completely, leaving the debate open. Does technique always win, or can one explosive shot rewrite everything in seconds?
See, a lot of people that don't know the fight game, they would go, please behave, he's the strongest man in the world, but I don't mean you can hit hard. I've been in the ring with big strong men before, like massive men. In boxing, you got to know how to punch and put your back and your shoulder and everything into it, and you got to put your knuckles over as well. It's not just about throwing it like that or like that. There's a whole technique to it, and believe it or not, the quicker the shot is, and it makes it harder. You got to have that whip in it. So I don't know. Listen, obviously you don't want to get hit off him. You don't want to be in the firing range. But at the end of the day, I'd prefer to be in the ring with a big man like him than a nimble, quick 15-stoner that can bang as well.
John Fury fires back with full confidence, backing Tommy Fury and dismissing Eddie Hall's chances completely. He paints Tommy as a pocket rocket and suggests Eddie has already felt the power and doesn't want the real fight pressure. His words turn the sparring talk into a psychological battle, claiming Eddie is even pushing for shorter rounds because he can't handle the full intensity. It's not just confidence anymore, it feels like a warning that the gap between a fighter and a strongman might be bigger than expected.
Tommy's going to do the chin with him, as you've seen today. Eddie Hall, when Tommy's fought, he don't know what fight again. He don't know what he's in for. He thinks because Tommy's small, Tommy's like a pocket rocket, isn't he, compared to him? And I got that body belt and I'm feeling the power. He can't take that. That's why he wants to do 2-minute rounds, isn't it?
John Fury doubles down, raising the intensity even more by suggesting Eddie Hall will struggle to even land clean shots on Tommy Fury. He acknowledges Eddie's bravery for stepping into the ring but makes it clear this is a completely different world for him. According to John, Hall's only real option is to swing big and hope for a lucky moment, but against a skilled boxer, that approach falls apart fast. It builds the final peak of tension where power meets pure technique under pressure.
You don't know what he's in for. He thinks because Tommy's small, Tommy's like a pocket rocket, isn't he, compared to him? And I got that body belt and I'm feeling the power. He can't take that. That's why he wants to do 2-minute rounds, isn't it? He can't do the 3. And I can't blame him. You've got to give Eddie all props because he's not a fighter. He's going to get in with Tommy knowing full well what can happen to him. And the only thing he's going to try and do is swing.
The Wade Plemons shifts the focus to pure boxing logic, explaining that Eddie Hall's biggest problem is understanding space, timing, and rhythm at an elite level. He argues that without proper control of distance, even a powerful right hand loses its danger because it becomes predictable. Instead of relying on it constantly, it should be used like a rare weapon, not a default attack. This analysis cuts through their hype and suggests that raw power alone cannot survive without structure, patience, and technical discipline.
And just pull off a miracle right hand, what I'm seeing makes me even more skeptical that that's possible because he doesn't understand space and distance, he doesn't understand timing and rhythm, he doesn't understand how valuable his right hand is. And it seems like I'm being counterintuitive because all he's throwing is right hands, but he needs to value that thing. It needs to be, like I said, a weapon of mass destruction. You only bring it out at certain points so Tommy doesn't get a read on it, and also so you don't gash.
Frank Warren brings a calm but powerful perspective, explaining that the fight has grabbed massive attention because of its unique matchup and life-changing money on the line. He acknowledges the danger of stepping into the ring but also focuses on opportunity, saying this is the kind of fight that can elevate a fighter's career. His tone balances risk and reward, showing that while opinions are divided on Eddie Hall's chances, the business side of boxing sees this as a high-profile moment where anything can happen under the spotlight.
Grabbed everybody's attention for various reasons, and they're getting, Tommy's getting life-changing money. And, how can you, I can't knock that. You're in the ring, it's a dangerous place to be. And, my job is if I see a fight that I feel he can win and I'll put him into it, then I'll do that. And it gets him, gets him further up the ladder. Not only do I think he can win it, I think, obviously this is a high profile fight, but he's getting a truckload of money for it. So, it ticks all the boxes.
Dave Allen brings a brutally honest reality check, admitting he respects both Tommy Fury and Eddie Hall but still calling the whole matchup more spectacle than serious boxing. He labels it as part of boxing's new circus era, where crossover fights and exhibitions attract attention more than pure sport logic. His tone is calm but cutting, suggesting fans will watch for entertainment, not technical boxing quality. At the same time, he doesn't dismiss the interest it creates, because people are still curious to see what happens when raw strength meets real boxing skill. It leaves the fight hanging between entertainment and legitimacy, raising the final question of whether this is a true contest or just another headline-driven attraction.
Well, I watch it. Of course I watch it. I like Tommy Fury a lot. I'm a Tommy Fury fan. Eddie Hall. I said an Eddie Hall fan. I like the World's Strongest Man. A lot of respect for him. So of course I'll watch it. I'll watch it as it's a spectacle in it. It's part of the new bit of circusry that's come into boxing. All these exhibitions, different people from different sports coming in. But for all intents and purposes, as a boxing match, what a load of bollocks. Yeah, I don't think I don't like it too much. But I'll watch it because it's like it's interesting in lots of ways, and I think people find it interesting.
Vidal Riley adds a balanced but telling perspective, saying Tommy Fury should win, but still leaving room for uncertainty because Eddie Hall's size and strength can't be ignored. He reflects on sparring experience and hints that even trained fighters can be surprised when facing extreme physicality. His tone keeps swinging between confidence in boxing skill and respect for raw power, which perfectly captures the fan debate around this fight. On one side, you have technique, speed, and timing. On the other, sheer weight and strength. That contrast makes the matchup unpredictable in the eyes of many fans, turning it into a discussion about whether boxing fundamentals always win or whether one heavy shot can completely change everything.
Determine it, won't it? If it's a good, fun event and you take it for what it is. I mean, I wouldn't want to be in it. You know, I wouldn't be across the ring from this fella. But notwithstanding, I'm quite happy for Tommy Fury to get a punch in the face.
Eddie Hall versus Tommy Fury has now turned into more than just a fight. It's a full-blown test of pride, skill, and mentality under pressure. What's really at stake here isn't just a win or loss, but the reputation of two completely different worlds colliding inside the ring. Tommy Fury looks like the more composed and technically prepared fighter, someone who understands timing, distance, and how to survive under spotlight pressure. Eddie Hall, on the other hand, brings raw explosive power and that unpredictable danger that can change everything with one shot. Mentally, Tommy seems calmer, more controlled, but Eddie carries that fear factor that no amount of experience can fully ignore. On fight night, if Tommy survives the early chaos, his boxing should take over, but if Eddie lands clean early, the entire script could flip instantly. So the real question is simple: does technique always beat raw strength, or are we about to witness a moment where power shocks the boxing world and changes everything in seconds?
Eddie, when I sparred Eddie, he was 140 kg. I don't know how much he's gonna have to be for Tommy. But Tommy should win, innit? Like, he should win. But Eddie Hall, who knows? It makes sense for Tommy, innit? It's a good fight. It's a good fight.
Simon Jordan closes the discussion with a sharp, almost cynical observation, calling the fight entertaining but questioning its sporting seriousness. He openly admits he wouldn't want to be in the ring with Eddie Hall, yet still frames the event as something people will watch for the drama rather than pure boxing quality. His words highlight the core tension of the matchup, where entertainment value is high but competitive balance is debated. At the same time, he subtly backs Tommy Fury as the more refined fighter, while acknowledging that in boxing, anything can happen once the punches start landing. It leaves the audience with a final uneasy thought: that spectacle and danger are now blending together more than ever inside modern boxing.